Here's a full ranked match as the Fresh Air Catalyst. This is probably not a viable build, but is it fun? Absolutely. The idea of this build is you want to be using as many combos in your Jade Sphere or your other team's combo fields as possible. Now, where are your combo finishers? You've got Arcane Blast as a finisher. You've got Earth 2 actually sends out a lot of combo finisher projectiles. And you've got Phoenix, Dragon's Tooth. There's plenty of finishers on this build. So the Jade Sphere really allows you to combo a lot more often because you have all those finishers but no fields on normal Ellie. So as a catalyst, you get all those auras. But as a catalyst, you also get other effects with those auras. So you get extra damage and stats. And you can see here what I just did was I used Elemental Celerity and Earth Attunement for a double Obsidian Flesh, because what it does is it recharges all of your current attunement's weapon skills. So getting those Obsidian Fleshes can be really cool. Or say if you're in like a cleave situation, you use it in Fire Attunement and you use Dragon's Tooth and Phoenix twice and you get a lot of damage. So normally Fresh Air Ellie doesn't have that much cleave, but in that situation you could actually have a lot of cleave if you use the Elemental Celerity in Fire Attunement. Or if I use it in air, I can get 2 gales. So a lot of the very powerful abilities, I can get them twice. So yeah, that's one of the more fun things about Catalyst is the decision making you have to do to create those auras and to essentially, solve the situation. Now here I am just getting run down by the enemy team, so it's not going to really matter what decisions I make, and that's kind of like the main issue with Fresh Air Ellies in the first place is you kind of rely on your team. Basically, when you use a combo finisher in a combo field, you will get an aura based on the attunement you're in on a 10-second cooldown. So fire gives fire aura, water gives frost, air gives shocking, and earth gives magnetic aura. But these auras are not really what you want. I mean, shocking and magnetic can be good in some situations, but you're really just going for the added buffs. You get a damage modifier and just extra stats. Really, you're just kind of doing these combos for more synergy with the build. And essentially what the Earth 2 does is it sends out delayed projectile finishers, and if you rotate through all of your attunements while your Earth 2 is going out in one of your Jade Spheres, you can essentially stack up your aura buffs pretty much with one combo field and one finisher set. So that's kind of like the opener skill that I really like to use. But you can see here's the other combo, is the air attunement, the auto attack, with the quickness Jade Sphere. And essentially what I did was I used the Shattering Ice utility, which gives you sort of like the Revenant's Impossible Odds effect, where it's a 1/4 second cooldown or internal cooldown, where you can be doing extra hits. And since it's such a short internal cooldown and I have quickness air auto, you can be proccing those very often, and they only do like 500 damage, but they add up very quickly. And they also chill, so you're chilling the target while you're bursting them, so it makes it pretty hard for others to get their cooldowns back. So I go for the Gale here with the quickness burst, and I get weakness on me, so that's pretty unfortunate that my bursts got weakened. I put down the Earth here, and yeah, I don't want to be in melee range here. So I mean, one thing that is good about this build is you can support your allies in team fights, but the trade-off of that is if you want those boons too, you need to be in the middle of a team fight, and as a Fresh Air Ellie, that's maybe not the best positioning. So yeah, sometimes you can give the boons to your allies and then just use the combo field as just a combo field. You don't need to get the boons yourself, and that can work out usually the best in team fights. So here this Spectre is trying to fight me. I use Elemental Celerity and get a Gale, but I have weakness on me, so that's not ideal. I'm gonna have to pour it out here because taking a lot of pressure. I actually think I reflected their Scepter 3 back at them. Here, I'm not sure which well that was there, but I had a Shocking Aura there, I think, and that interrupted them. Yeah, Shocking Aura is very powerful, but I get interrupted here by the steel. Yeah, the steel does slow on you, which is pretty rough. But I'm going to reflect their Scepter 3 back at them, give myself the quickness, and then Gale, but they evade. But we've still got the Shattering Ice with the air quickness autos, and that gets us the kill there. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, the weakness is kind of an issue. I mean, the build doesn't have the best cleansing. You know, the heal skill is giving you cleansing, and attunement swapping is cleanse, and then I have a cleansing sigil. But yeah, the weakness is really the worst condition I have to deal with. So here we're just doing the quickness air autos on the Mechanist here. We're like 3v1ing this because this guy is super tanky. And we're going to get out of here and probably... Well, my team has lost far, which is fine. We disengage. And now I see their Reapers here all by themselves. So I'm going to try to play aggressively here. I Gale into the quickness Jade Sphere. They're going to come back in. So I'm going to go into Prot, give myself some protection, and put down the Earth Jade Sphere so I can give myself more projectile finishers through that and auras. And they just used their heal. They used their Lich form. I made a huge mistake there. I used Elemental Celerity in Water Attunement. So yeah, I'm definitely not the most practiced on this build yet, but I think it requires quite a bit of practice to get it good, which is, yeah, I like that. So we get the kill there anyways because we're 2v1ing and we played aggressively. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of different combos that you can do on this build. Like the Earth Attunement gives you a lot of aura generation to get your stacks up. Air Jade Sphere will give you quickness to do your burst. And then Water Attunement Jade Sphere is going to increase the duration and reduce the cooldown of your utilities. So you can choose to use that if necessary. Now I put down the Jade Sphere to give quickness to my team. And you can see my Mechanist is like running a flamethrower, so I'm giving them quickness, which is pretty nice to give your teammates quickness to increase their damage. Now, I'm trying to stand in the area there to get protection, but if I just have better positioning and I don't need the protection, it's probably better. But giving protection to my teammates is still good. Now, I put down the Jade Sphere. It's a little bit more reserved positioning that time, but yeah, I can't really get too much value off of that Jade Sphere when I'm dead. So yeah, the positioning there was not amazing. My teammates were already kind of dying, so I needed to disengage, and I get deleted by the Spectre. So I mean, I do have a lot of projectile reflex, which is nice, but once you're out of cooldowns like that, you're just gonna flop. So we're gonna respawn here, and looks like their Spectre is coming in to chase me. So they're porting around. Not sure what they're doing here. They're trying to spawn camp me, but I put down the Swirling Winds here to prevent myself from getting hit by the Spectre's projectile stuff. And I'm gonna go into Obsidian Flesh probably. So there's their burst. I need to use my Gale, but I get interrupted again. I Gale them finally, and I use my burst here with the Shattering Ice. My Swirling Winds is down, and I have my Earth 4 here. And it's kind of unfortunate that I overlap the Earth 4 with the magnetic aura that I get from Earth Attunement, right? Because you get an aura, right, when you're in Earth Attunement, and it's magnetic aura. But I used the combo to get that was already Projectile Reflect. Now I use it again though, and I get so that time it was really good because I got the magnetic aura. It's like a 10-second internal cooldown. But we're gonna have to cleave this very quickly because their Guardian's coming in to get the res. And now we're just gonna quickness auto them to death with the Shattering Ice. So they go into their elite, and I'm gonna chase, but their Spectre comes back in, and I try to prevent them from bursting my Harbinger here. I want to play as aggressively as possible because we're 2v1ing this, and I don't want to waste time. So yeah, we're bursting them using the air autos there. So now I'm going to leave and go back to mid, so we know that their Guardian just escaped into mid, so they're going to be team fighting at mid. And I see that my team is targeting the Mechanist, so maybe not the best target to go on because they're tanky and supported, but I'd rather support my team than to be on my own. I try to go for a Gale there, but I just get line of sighted. So you're just going to give out the buffs with the Jade Sphere to my team here. I do want to be careful now that the mech is targeting me, so I'm just using line of sight, and we get the mech CC'd, and I'm going to use my Shattering Ice into my full Fire Burst. There's Spectre is on me, so I'm just going to try to give myself a little bit more support from my team and line of sight. I give out some burst damage on their Guardian, but they're using Terrain. Yeah, so they're really low. I'm going to use Shattering Ice here probably, and yeah, the quickness for my team, and we just delete that down body. So now next we want to go on their Mechanist. I see their Untamed is here actually, so I poured in to try to be aggressive, but they're already blocking. I give myself protection and my heal skill, and I'm actually overcommitting to this, so I have to Elemental Celerity for Obsidian Flesh. And I just go back to my team because they're already winning this fight. I probably should just stay with them to get the kill. Should have split off. But now we have pretty good map control. We're losing home, but we can go into far and pressure this Untamed. Get the Immobilize with the Arcane Blast and Earth. And then as soon as they dodge, I use the Gale. I give quickness to my Flamethrower Mechanist, and that's increasing their damage quite a bit. And yeah, I'm just staying out of it. I don't need the quickness myself. I just need it to be given to my team here. And now, yeah, I'm giving quickness to both myself and the Flamethrower Mechanist. So that's pretty decent. But I think this game is pretty much decided at this point. We're just going to chase their Guardian and hold this node until we win. So if you like this content, then like the video, subscribe for more, check out the links for all the builds, and I will see you all next time.